All right, the first run we are going to be talking about today is the long run. Now, the long run distance is going to be different for everyone. My distance isn't yours, isn't everybody else's, and that's okay. So whatever distance you have in mind for your longest run of the week, that's when we're gonna apply this information to. So that long run is going to be done at conversation pace. What does that mean? Well, just like it sounds. You and I should be able to have a conversation. You should be able to sing along with one of your favorite songs as you're jamming out, right? This is going to be a nice, easy, relaxed pace. Let's say you're training for a marathon and you're going out and you're gonna be running 15 miles or so. You want those 15 miles to be done about a minute or even 2 minutes slower per mile than your goal marathon pace. If you are coming back from your long runs super sweaty and out of breath and can't even talk, we need to take it back a little bit and slow that run down. As you start to dive in and kind of check out some of these pro runners and what their schedules look like, you'll notice that even Eliud Kipchoge, one of the greatest marathoners we've ever seen, 80% or so of his runs are done at a slower pace. They know that running those slower miles is going to help them be more recovered and more prepared for when they go into those harder runs, right? They're gonna feel really refreshed and be able to hit those runs even harder. So what are those faster runs? I know you've been waiting for me to get to it. So let's talk about interval running. Interval runs are those workout runs where they have a super specific set distance and time goals attached to them. That's why you'll normally see these done on the track because you can start and end in the exact same spot and you really don't have to think about it. These are the runs where you're really going to be pushing that speed. Now, to get those specific time goals and pace goals to do these interval runs, you're going to use whatever distance that you're training for. So a workout could be, say, you're going to run 400 meters 10 times in a row at your 5K pace. Now, you've never run a 5K before, well, that's okay because we know that a 5K is done at that 8, 9 out of 10 effort range. So you can kind of scale it off of there. This kind of running should leave you drained and tired because you're going to be putting in a lot of power and a lot of effort and a lot of energy. Normally, you're really only doing these interval runs once a week. That's really kind of the majority of the super fast, powerful running that you're going to be doing. There's one other run a week that you can add in, and that's going to be a tempo or fartlek run. What is a tempo run, you might ask? Well, it is structured like this. Say you're going out for a 10-mile tempo run. You're gonna use the first 2 miles to warm up. Super easy pace, slower than that long run, and not quite as fast as our interval run. Those 6 miles in the middle should feel like a controlled, steady state run, right? You're not pushing the pace too hard like those intervals, but you can reel it in and you should be able to have a minimal conversation, right? You should be able to reply yes, no, maybe what your favorite color is to your friend that's running with you, but nothing that's gonna keep you completely out of breath, but you also shouldn't be able to sing along to your favorite song. These types of runs are normally gonna be done at the beginning of a training plan, kind of getting you used to that leg turnover and that speed really before you go into the interval runs. So maybe you'll do a couple weeks of the tempo runs and then you'll start adding in some of those interval runs. Now, the other word that I said was a fartlek run. Fartlek runs are kind of just like you're going along and you want to throw in a little bit of speed. So you look ahead and you say, okay, I'm gonna run fast to that tree up there. So you're gonna run quick and then slow back down to that easier pace. You're going along for however long you want. These can be done at any time just to kind of get a little bit of snappiness, maybe when you feel like you need a little bit of that push in there, but you're not really ready for that interval or you're really not recovered from that interval training. This is kind of that in-between run. Now, let's move on to the easy run. These easy runs should be done at a slower pace than that long run. Really easy, definitely should be able to hold on a conversation and probably sing an entire album of songs before you start to get out of breath. The harder that you run your easy runs, the much harder your actual hard runs are going to feel. So take these back. You want a bigger gap. You want to be able to range yourself from that slow, easy jog all the way up to that super fast sprint. Now I know we talked a lot about some different pacing efforts today, and sometimes that can be a little hard to wrap your brain around. So I created this video right over here. You guys need to check it out if you're wondering like, how fast do I run my runs? Check this video that I did just for you guys over there, and I will see you in there.